Judging by the t-shirt, you know what team I'm on. And also, judging by the t-shirt, you know what movie I'm about to review. Hello, I'm James and welcome once again to the Movie Addiction. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the beginning to Phase 3 in Marvel's Cinematic Universe. This review is spoiler-free, so anyone who hasn't seen the movie who wants someone else's opinion on it can freely watch this review. So I hope you enjoy as I review Captain America Civil War. 3, 2, 1, action. Captain America Civil War is directed by Joe and Anthony Russo and stars Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr., with also a whole host of superhero cast that I really can't be bothered mentioning, and also my camera doesn't really have the memory for me to be rolling out all those people's names. Seriously, this film is just a Thor and a Hulk away from being a fully blown Avengers film. With Joe and Anthony Russo being entrusted with Avengers Infinity War Parts 1 and 2, I think Captain America Civil War was their way of showing the audience that they can be trusted with a superhero ensemble movie. In fact, not just a team fighting together, but a team fighting each other. Superhero on superhero. And the last time we had a superhero on superhero movie, it didn't exactly bode well, and yes, I'm talking about just about 2 months ago with Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I promised myself that I wasn't going to compare both those movies, but I can't help it. Oh my God, have Joe and Anthony Russo killed it with this movie. Civil War is already being called one of Marvel's greatest films, and that is saying a lot considering that this is their, 13th, 14th movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and with their two recent films, Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man, a slight sum of people, discluding me, I loved Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man, a lot of people started to think that Marvel's big bubble was bursting, but this has proven otherwise. Now, one of the greatest things about this film is the fact that it puts to bed one of the biggest criticisms in the Marvel Cinematic Universe among fans and the general audience, is that when these superheroes are whizzing around saving the world, they cause a hell of a lot of damage. Buildings are crumbling, bridges are collapsing, and people are screaming, but not one casualty has actually been shown. Until now, this film actually shows the cost of being a superhero, and I don't think that has ever been as well demonstrated as in this film. The world government has had enough of the Avengers and the destruction that comes their way, so they put together the Sokovia Accords, a document which will only let the Avengers whiz about saving the world when these governments find it necessary. I thought that this was an absolutely great story, and I think it's actually what would happen if there were a superhero team like the Avengers. There would actually be a document like this. There would be governments trying to control them and stuff like that, and I think it is just such a riveting story to see unfold. So this ledger splinters the Avengers into two opposing sides. Captain America is against this document being signed, and Iron Man is for it. Now, at first when I walked into the cinema going to go and see this, I was a bit sceptical of Iron Man's motives to get this ledger signed. When I found out that it was his opinion to let the government take control of the Avengers, I looked back at Iron Man 2 and I was like, the American government, you told them to pretty much piss off because they wanted your Iron Man suit, and now you're for it and you want the Avengers to be put on a leash. But by the end of the film, I saw Iron Man's motives. I saw Tony Stark change as a character throughout this film. In fact, since Iron Man 3, it's been brilliant how much this character has actually changed. You see him in Avengers 1, 2 and the Avengers, and then you see him in Iron Man 3, Avengers 2 and Civil War. You actually see this character and how much he has actually changed. And I think that this massive change that Tony Stark has had, I think that this culminates in this very story. Every single character is given a layered and motivated reason as to why they want the document signed, or not have the document signed. It's absolutely brilliant as every single character is accounted for, and every single one has their reasons. It all culminates into this brilliant battle, and it is absolutely beautiful to behold. Seriously, it is just action-packed, and you will be fanboying throughout that whole thing, I guarantee it. And also, Spider-Man, I have not felt this way about Spider-Man since Tobey Maguire, seriously. In fact, I think I actually like him more than Tobey Maguire, seriously. Tom Holland is amazing as Spider-Man. If that was your biggest worry about this film, that Spider-Man wasn't going to be any good, he is amazing. Oh my God, he's brilliant. Whew. Camera professionalism now, James. Whew. Come on, get professional. Oh my God, it's brilliant. There are certain narrative jumps within the film, certainly. There are certain moments of the film where you think, how does that person know that, and how does that person know to be there at that certain time? But that's just a nitpick of mine. The rest of the film is completely perfect, with a narrative that will rivet you from very start to very finish. The action sequences are beautiful, as you'd expect from the Russo brothers, and the comedy moments, when there are those comedy moments, they hit mark every time. When they get it right, they get it right. And when they get it wrong, nobody cares. There is an emotional core to this film that you never really do expect. You have this sort of notion about this film when you see the trailers and the clips that it's all fanboyish and it's all just, oh my god, all these heroes are coming together and they're all meeting each other and it's all awesome. But there is stuff in this movie that they have not shown you, which is brilliant. There's a character in here, a villain, I think, which I think is the true villain, and he is just absolutely brilliantly played in this film. I'm not going to name the actor, but he was in the film Rush, and I think had a part bit in the movie Burnt with Bradley Cooper, and seriously, this actor is absolutely brilliant from start to finish. He has his scenes and you can see the pain that he's going through, and it really makes you second guess the Avengers. When I walked into this film, I was certain that the Avengers shouldn't be put on a leash. By the end of the film, I thought to myself, maybe a little bit of supervision ain't such a bad idea. Captain America Civil War is single-handedly one of the greatest movies that Marvel has ever produced. It doesn't overstuff itself with all the Avengers fighting and all of the awesome superhero on superhero action sequences, but it keeps itself grounded on what it actually is, a Captain America movie, and that was very, very important, to not get lost in the story and just think of it as Avengers 2.0. I give this film a 5 out of 5. So, I hope you enjoyed my spoiler-free review of Captain America Civil War. I'll be joined in 2 weeks' time with my good friend Connor Lightbody, where we will be giving you guys a spoiler-filled review of the film, and we tend to disagree on a lot of things about films, so that should be entertaining. Please like this video, subscribe to The Movie Addiction to get your fix on the latest movie reviews. So subscribe now and get yourself addicted. And cut.